So in the winter of 2009, I was down here in the basement of my house dealing with a broken boiler. It was leaking, water was all over the place, I was wet, I was cold. Outside, it's 0 degrees. I've got my kids and my family in this house, and I have no money in the bank, and I've got to find a way to heat my home. Now, I'd like to tell you that was the least of my problems, but the truth is I was over $300,000 in debt. From my home loan to my student loans to well over $150,000 in credit cards that I owed, and I could not make the monthly payment. I had zero money in the bank. I didn't have any family that could bail me out. I had spent my life savings trying to get this business up off the ground. And, I was doing some advertising, trying to get new customers in, but the only calls I was getting were from creditors who wanted their money and were threatening me. I mean, it was pretty scary. Every single phone call was somebody that wanted to get something from me. So what did I do? I did what I had to. I asked for help. I had the state of Wisconsin come in and fix my heater. And soon after that, I declared bankruptcy. Now, the story does get better. In fact, over the next 10 years, I launched 5 companies, 3 of which are successful and profitable, and I've been able to give back to my community over 100-fold what it gave to me. Now, failing big taught me some valuable lessons, and that, gentlemen, is the subject of today's video. Today's video, gents, is brought to you by Upstart. They're the fast and easy way to be able to consolidate your debt into one personal loan so that you can pay it off fast, all online. Seriously, I remember one of my issues with money was just simply having too many credit cards, 15 different credit cards, 15 different websites, 15 different logins, different interest rates. I mean, looking at all of this stuff, especially when it started to snowball out of control, was a nightmare. And as you guys know, the first step to dealing with your debt is to be able to face it head on. Upstart makes this easy, hence why over 500,000 people have used them to consolidate their high interest debt so they have one place where they're making one payment and they get rid of all that confusion. Now, to find out how Upstart can help you lower your monthly payment today, go to upstart.com/RMRS. Once you're there, you're going to spend 5 minutes doing an online rate check where you can see your rate upfront for loans from $1,000 to $50,000. Now, what I really love about Upstart is how they're able to give you a smarter rate with their trusted partners by looking at more than just your credit score. And the best part, you can get approved the same day and get your funds within 1 business day. Guys, if debt is taking over your life, start fresh with Upstart. It's important to note that loan amounts are determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Seriously, guys, if you are overwhelmed with high interest debt, you owe it to yourself to check out Upstart. Go to upstart.com/RMRS. Now, looking back, the hardest thing for me with this whole bankruptcy thing was my arrogance, my own pride. You see, I got a fancy MBA from the University of Texas, read tons of books on business. I was supposed to go out there and kick butt. And here I am. I mean, it's plain to see I made a lot of bad mistakes. What was I thinking? Putting all of these expenses for the business on high interest credit cards, thinking that I was in a matter of weeks or even months going to be getting tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales. And yet I wasn't, and I was just going deeper into debt every single month. After swallowing my pride, the next part was pretty bad too. I had to go through and do all the paperwork. You need to lay out all your loans, who you owe money to, how much do you owe them to, and you usually got to go through a bankruptcy attorney. Me, I had a friend that was a bankruptcy attorney, so they helped me do the paperwork, but it was pretty brutal. Now, the next step is to meet with the judge, and your creditors can appear in the court and they can contest the proceeding. I thought for sure this was going to be the worst part of the entire process. Turned out it was actually the easiest, and there's an interesting story here. So I show up early, I'm dressed nice. Come on, I owned a suit company, got my suit and tie on, looking good. And I'm waiting there like 15, 20 minutes. And finally, the judge looks up and he's like, oh, who are you representing? I'm like, I'm Antonio. I'm here actually. I'm representing myself. He's like, oh, I thought you were an attorney and we were waiting for your client to show up. Turned out I was easily the best dressed guy, and no one actually assumed that I was in bankruptcy. Seriously, just goes to show the power of dressing sharp. So with all that being said, the first lesson I learned from failing big is if you want to change the world, first change yourself. Seriously, it was my own pride and arrogance refusing to face the truth that led to my downfall. I mean, seriously, what was I doing spending tens of thousands of dollars hiring people to work on projects which weren't proven, which were not guaranteed to bring my company in money? Yeah, I thought I was taking a risk, but you don't want to be spending a lot of money like that trying to prove a concept. To be perfectly transparent, I kept doing this because I liked the feeling of being in charge. I felt like an important business guy, the CEO of a company, making making things happen. In reality, I didn't have self-control. And not having self-control is like being a city without walls, defenseless in the face of attack. And I'm going to go ahead and quote Lao Tzu here. He said that mastery of others is strength, but mastery of the self, that is true power. Now guys, if you're enjoying today's video, do me a favor, share it with a guy that can use this information and smash that like button to feed the algorithm. Seriously, gents, your interaction with these videos helps them reach more people. Now, lesson 2 I took from failing big is that the best things in life are free. Those relationships with your wife, with your partner, with your girlfriend, with your kids, with your parents, with your friends. That is what matters. Because here's the funny thing. When you don't have any money, you find a lot of free things to do. And I just spent a lot of time playing with my kids. We'd go to parks quite a bit. I've got all these pictures. I went and looked back, all these great memories of inexpensive ways I just spent time with the people that mattered to me. I had friends come visit me. Yes, I still had my house. I didn't lose it. And it was something that I was able to just simply host them. And I just cooked food for them. I get on the phone and call people. Most of us, we just don't spend the time. I had some of that time because I wasn't out, spending money. I just wasn't out able to afford to take any trips. So I just worked on developing those important relationships. And for me, looking back at that time, it was actually just a great time that I just got closer to so many people that matter to me. I also got to see who my true friends were, the people that reached out to you, just checking in to see how you're doing. I had family members say, we've got an extra room in our house. You can come live with us. If it gets that bad, you get evicted. I had friends say, this business didn't work out for you, but let me know when you got a great idea. I'll consider investing in your next company. I'd like to think the value of my life is going to be about the impact, the relationships I build with others while I'm here on this earth. And guess what, guys? That doesn't cost anything. It just takes you making it a priority in your life. Now, gents, I know you got an opinion. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments. What has hardship taught you? And for those of you guys that leave a great comment, I'm going to go down and choose a few of you to get an Arm Rush Challenge coin. And the third lesson, a man doesn't need much to be happy. I know, sounds a bit hypocritical coming from a guy that owns Rolexes, has fancy glasses on, but here's the thing. In my personal life, I keep it really simple. I've lived in the same house for over 13 years. It's not fancy. It's an old farm home. We've got 1.5 bathrooms for 6 people, 1 shower. Yes, it gets a little bit crazy in the household, but my truck, as you can see, I've had this thing for 23 years and it still runs. I take care of it, maybe need a paint job. Point being, you don't need to keep up with the Joneses. And I'm not saying you can't buy nice things. I think it's great, but think through it and make sure it's the best use of your money. I know for me, I'm putting away money for retirement. I've got a dream house that I'm saving up for, and I love to be able to give money back to the community. To me, being able to go out there and buy a bunch of gift cards, and we've been giving away these for years just here locally, that right there means a lot more to me than getting a new truck that, yes, may have a little bit cooler features on the inside and not a cracked dash, but you know what? This thing she gets the job done. So what video to watch next? Well, if you enjoyed this one, you're probably going to love this one in which I get fired, or I talk about the story of me getting fired and another low point in my life that I was able to recover from. So guys, again, go check out this video. I had a lot of fun filming it, and it's actually one of my best videos on the channel. So go check it out.